Hey guys, come shopping with me at Home Depot. If you're new here, first of all, thank you so much for clicking onto this video. I really appreciate it. Second of all, I normally don't do this kind of content, which I'm sure if you are a subscriber, you already know. If you're new here, I normally make videos of me going thrifting or to the Goodwill or trying out new foods or just going shopping, something along those lines. So going to the Home Depot is definitely a bit of a far out thing for me. I normally don't do this kind of thing, and I joke that I'm not really a DIYer or anything like that. I don't really know how to use tools that often. One time I was trying to use a wrench to unscrew something, and it just did not work out at all for me. I was doing my hardest to unscrew it, and I kept moving the wrench, but it just didn't actually unscrew. So that is the level of expertise I am going into this store with. I have absolutely no expertise with tools or anything like that. But on this particular day, I was looking for gym mats for yoga and home exercise reasons. I'm interested in building a home gym for whenever I don't feel like going to the actual gym and just kind of want to do some exercises at home. They're really basic exercises, planks, squats, jumping jacks, stuff like that. Things that you can do at home really, really easily, but would be better to have some kind of mat. In particular, I'm interested in doing yoga with this thing, and anybody who does yoga knows that there is a lot of sitting, a lot of stuff on the ground that you're doing, a lot of exercises where you're bracing off the ground and kind of twisting yourself from there. So I wanted a floor yoga mat kind of thing from the Home Depot, or a similar store would be fine too, but unfortunately, the Home Depot is the only one that was near me. So I went to the Home Depot, and I wanted something like that in order to be able to have a little bit of cushion while I was doing my exercises at home. Comment down below if you have a home gym or anything like that, or if you do like to exercise, what kind of exercises you do typically do at home, because I am looking for some new stuff and new things in my routine to be able to try out. I've been getting more into exercise recently, honestly. I've noticed that as I've been getting older, being able to do exercises, even if it's only for half an hour a day, really does improve my mental health as well as my physical health, obviously. I've noticed ever since that I've started doing home exercises and going to the gym fairly regularly, I've been happier, and more importantly, I've just felt a whole lot better. Everything is a lot easier for me to do. My bones used to creak all the time whenever I was doing something. I was one of those people who would, when you get up, your bones start to creak, everything would creak. So I've noticed ever since I started doing gym stuff, like building up muscles, going running, all of that stuff, I've managed to get that down to a minimum. So that is something that I'm super excited, and I'm hoping that I can continue on with this journey, and these floor mats will definitely help with that because they'll make things even easier to do at home for the days when I'm lazy and don't feel like going to the gym. This is a kind of tangent, but does anybody else really like going to the Home Depot or Lowe's or any other kind of hardware store like this? I absolutely love going to these stores, and I literally always have. I remember when I was younger and we were moving into my childhood home, kind of the home that I spent most of my childhood in. That's what I'll say. And we had to go to the Home Depot for a bunch of different things. Actually, we didn't go to the Home Depot that often now that I'm thinking about it. We went to the Lowe's, and to be honest, I do prefer Lowe's over Home Depot. I just feel like the organization over there is slightly better. Like Home Depot, when you walk into it, you kind of get overwhelmed with how many different things there are. You can see it from literally right here. They just kind of throw everything together, and there's no real rhythm to the madness at the Home Home Depot. I think that the Lowe's does a better job of having it so that there's an open area when you walk in, and it's not just like you're immediately getting inundated with all of these different tools and stuff like that. Also, every single time I've gone to a Lowe's over a Home Depot, I've noticed that they have their holiday sets right up front, and that is one of my favorite things about these stores, and actually the reason why I've always liked going to them even as a child. Halloween is absolutely my favorite time of year and just holiday in general. It's such a fun time, such a nostalgic time for me. I love going trick or treating. I love just seeing all of the little kids in their little costumes. I love dressing up in a costume. Everything about Halloween is just my favorite. I adore this holiday, honestly, and it's something that I always look forward to. And one of the things that I look forward to the most whenever Halloween does roll around, and honestly, it's starting to roll around earlier and earlier. I've noticed some stores having Halloween stuff all the way back in June, which even for a Halloween fanatic like me, that is a little bit too early. But one of the things that I love about this season is people just setting up all sorts of fall decor, in particular the skeletons and the witches' costumes and the little statues of like ghost dogs and all of that stuff. It's just so much fun to see all of that stuff, and I look forward to it every single year. I love decorating my home in little spooky themes, although I have to be honest, I don't really like spiders that much. And I know that a lot of the Halloween decor features spiders, so I'm constantly battling with myself about decorating my home, but also not wanting to put up any spider decor. I consider it like exposure therapy at this point because I love Halloween stuff so much, and I'm just constantly scrolling through Spirit Halloween or the Lowe's or Walmart or even Home Depot's websites looking at different pieces of decor that I might want to pick up. And then every so often they just post like a picture of like a hyper realistic rubber spider, and it just scares me every single time. But I've been getting less and less scared, so I'm hoping that it is like exposure therapy and just working, and I'll get over my like arachnophobia one day. Wish me luck in the comments though, because I've been working on this problem for so many years, and I've just gotten more and more afraid of spiders ever since. I know that it's an irrational fear, but it just happens to be one of my like worst fears. So, anyway, this was also a really, really nice day. And that's another reason why I love Halloween and fall in general. I have so many fond memories of the weather turning cool, but it's still being sunny and the sky still being blue, but it not being too hot. And that is probably my favorite kind of weather. Like, I love rainy days and I like it when it's cold, but something about the sunny days, blue skies, clear skies, maybe one or two clouds at the most. You can smell the air and it's that crisp fall air. Something about that is just absolutely amazing to me, and I wish that a store could bottle that up and sell it because I would buy $1 billion worth of that perfume or scent or whatever it might be. It's just so nostalgic for me, and I love it every single year whenever it rolls around. I have noticed that things are not getting as cold as they used to be, which is kind of worrying, but sadly, I'm not sure what we can do to help that. That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!